Alright guys, welcome to the next episode of Dave Talks Movies. As you can see, it's a cloudy day again, but this time at least it's a little bit warmer. Last week we covered the most misquoted lines of all time. So I had a lot of fun with that, and you guys made it one of our most popular videos. So today we will be covering the top 10 quoted movies from the 1990s. These are the top 10 quotes from each year in the 1990s, including some of the most recognized movie quotes of all time. We'll be going over the movies, the lines, and who said them. Now, some of these lines have major plot points in them, so a spoiler alert is in effect. Please take a moment to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button below to see all of our videos as soon as they come out. Remember, these are just my opinions, and we want you guys to watch the movies for yourself. Alright guys, we're going to jump right into it. We first start with the year 1990. We go to one of our favorite holiday movies that we all loved growing up. Of course, we're talking about Home Alone. In this scene, we join young Kevin McAllister, played by Macaulay Culkin, as he's ordering a pizza. We see him using the TV to talk to the pizza delivery guy. As we see the guy asking questions, Kevin is pausing and unpausing the movie to answer him. We then reach the quote that hits our list. The quote is, "Keep the change, you filthy animal." After the pizza guy takes the money, he comments about how Kevin's a cheapskate. Kevin continues to run the movie till there's a gunfight scene scaring the young pizza guy to death, making him run off the property. There was no kid alive who wasn't quoting Kevin McAllister when this holiday classic came out. Alright guys, the next movie takes us into the world of science fiction. We are of course talking about the 1991 movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now this line is given when the Terminator is fighting the T-1000. We see the Terminator shoot the T-1000 with a machine gun, and then he crashes the tractor trailer the T-1000 was driving. The truck was carrying liquid nitrogen. As it pours out, the T-1000 gets out of the truck, and as he walks through the liquid nitrogen, he begins to freeze. The Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, says, "Hasta la vista, baby," as he shoots the T-1000, shattering him into 1,000 pieces. It's not even possible to say this line without Arnold's accent. Seriously, try it. It can't be done. Alright guys, the next movie takes us to a military trial. We are talking about A Few Good Men from 1992. The scene is the courtroom interrogation of Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, played by Jack Nicholson, by Lieutenant Dan Coffey, played by Tom Cruise. In this scene, they are discussing the code red that was ordered against PFC Santiago. During it, Coffey accuses Colonel Jessup of ordering the code red, that he doctored the logbooks, and so on. As it continues, Colonel Coffey loses his cool and is put in contempt of court, and Colonel Jessup is informed that he did not need to answer the question of ordering it. The colonel, believing that he did nothing wrong, says he will answer. He asks if they wanted answers. Coffey said, "I think I'm entitled." He says, "You want answers?" Coffey says, "I want the truth," in which the colonel says, "You can't handle the truth." This is one of the most iconic lines in movie history, and it is always quoted. Guys, now we're heading into a family favorite of mine. Here we're stepping into the 1993 movie The Sandlot. We join the boys as they're celebrating their big win at the carnival, and one of the boys pulls out a pack of chewing tobacco before they get on a ride. After some back and forth between the boys, we find out that Scotty Smalls doesn't know what chewing tobacco is. When Ham, played by Patrick Reyna, says, "You're killing me, Smalls," as an insult, and then he pulls out some of the chewing tobacco and shows him what to do with it. In 1993, we had a lot of movies that were packed with good quotes, so this was no easy choice. But it's the Sandlot's memorable insults that have stood the test of time better than any of the other quotes. Alright guys, next we're going to be talking about a movie that we discussed here before. We're actually talking about a movie that we just discussed last week. We're heading to 1994 with the Academy Award-winning Forrest Gump. We have a lot of quotable lines here, from "Run, Forrest, run," "The stupid is what stupid does," but the most iconic line that has stood the test of time has Forrest, played by Tom Hanks, in a park. He's talking to a young lady on a bench. After he offers her a chocolate, we get the iconic line, "Mom always says life was like a box of chocolates." You never know what you're gonna get. Again, many movies came out this year, but Forrest has stood the test of time. Alright guys, we're going to be moving right along to 1995. We have our favorite toy dynamic duo. The movie, of course, is Toy Story, and of course we're talking about Buzz Lightyear, played by Tim Allen, and Sheriff Woody, played by Tom Hanks. The quote is when Buzz first lands in Andy's room, and he's meeting the other toys. Woody is starting to get jealous of Buzz, and at this point, Buzz is still believing that he is a real space ranger, in which he tells the other toys that he can fly. Woody, of course, knowing that he is a toy, says, "No, you can't." Buzz decides to prove him wrong, and right before he jumps off the bed to fly, we get the famous line, "To infinity and beyond." As he jumps, he of course doesn't fly, but as Woody points out, he falls with style. Alright guys, next we're going to jump into 1996. We're going to go to the line that everybody was yelling at each other that year, and I actually still yell at some of my coworkers because we work in commission sales. We are, of course, talking about the line from the Jerry Maguire movie. The line is, "Show me the money." We join Jerry, played by Tom Cruise, talking to Rod Tidwell, played by Cuba Gooding Jr., over the phone. We see Tidwell telling Jerry to say, "Show me the money," in which Jerry says, "Show you the money." They go back and forth for a while till Jerry finally gets it and says, "Show me the money." Then Tidwell makes him scream it over and over again on the phone to him, letting his whole office hear him scream, "Show me the money." Alright guys, next we're going to go to another movie that we talked about here before, and again it's another movie we talked about last week. We are of course talking about the unsinkable ship that sinks, the Titanic, from 1997. We join two of our main characters, Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and Fabrizio, played by Danny Nucci, as the ship first launches. They are standing in front of the ship, and Jack says, "I'm king of the world," as he's hanging off the ship with his arms out. Now this was a hard choice because there were many lines from this movie that were frequently quoted, including the heartbreaking, "I'll never let you go," to the sultry, "I want you to paint me like one of your French girls." In the end, I decided to go with the most uplifting line and one of the best representations of this film's status in the box office in 1997. And still to this day, because it's still in the top 20 highest grossing movies of all time. Alright guys, we're going to go to 1998 with one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. We are of course going to an Adam Sandler movie that was great. We're talking about The Waterboy. Sandler plays Bobby Boucher, the Waterboy for a college football team. The quote we're talking about is from the first scene in the movie where Bobby is wearing a water pack and testing his water. As he tests it, he says, "It's clean, it's cold," and the quote is, "Now that's some high quality H2O." Right after he says that, he gets pegged in the head by a football. Now remember, Adam Sandler was not as popular as he is now, and with that, he's earned the spot on this list. Plus, if you don't think that everybody was talking about high-quality H2O in 98, then Mama says you're the devil. Alright guys, now we're going to jump back into the science fiction universe with a movie that introduced us all to the twist concept in movies. Our final spot goes to the 1999 movie The Sixth Sense. We join Cole Sears, played by Haley Osment, talking to Dr. Malcolm Krell, played by Bruce Willis, as he's laying in bed. Cole looks at Malcolm and whispers, "I want to tell you my secret now." Malcolm says, "Okay." And Cole whispers to him, "I see dead people." Malcolm starts to question him, where he discovers that Cole sees dead people walking around who don't see other dead people. He presses on and discovers that he sees them all the time and that they don't actually know that they're dead. If you've seen the movie, you know that this becomes a major plot point a little bit later towards the end. Alright guys, there we go. These are some of the most quotable movies from 1990 through 1999. We cover the context, who said them, and where they were said in the movie. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Is there some that I missed? Or are there some that would have ranked higher on the list for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, also remember, watch what you want to watch. Don't let anyone tell you what's good or not. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button below to see all of our videos as soon as they come out. And also share this video with your friends on social media. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed last week and let you guys know at this time we have grown to 12 subscribers and our last episode has 31 views. It has also taken our spot for the longest watched video so far, so thank you so much. Please visit our Facebook page, Dave Talks Movies. If there is a movie or a top 10 movie list you want us to cover, leave us a comment on either page or in the comments below and we will get to it. Also hit us up with your ideas and thoughts on the topics we're talking about. I'll respond to all of your comments on all platforms. Guys, I just wanted to cover a couple things with you here at the end. First, everybody try to be safe out there with everything going on. People are not thinking of their communities and are being greedy. So in this time of crisis, please keep your common sense. Also, on a personal note, I would like to share with you that me and my wife have been married for the last 9 years, and we have finally been able to get our first single-family home, not an apartment. Now, with that being said, my stage will be changing sometime in the next couple weeks. I just wanted to let you guys know. This is Dave the Movie Guy, signing off.